everyone. It is Mark Berman from TVMI. It is Wednesday, May 20th, and I would like to welcome you back to our daily videocast. And I must begin today, of course, with a conversation about David Letterman, who is departing tonight in late night on CBS. As you already know, David Letterman is the longest-running late-night talk show host historically. He began on NBC in 1982 as host of Late Night with David Letterman. He stayed on NBC through 1993. He moved to CBS on August 30th, 93, as host of The Late Show with David Letterman. So that gives him 33 years as a late-night talk show host. That is 3 years more than the prior historical leader, who was Johnny Carson, who hosted The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson on NBC. And David Letterman always gave Johnny Carson the credit as the person that really inspired his career the most. Now, what you may not know about David Letterman is before he did his NBC late night show, he had a morning show on NBC. It was in 1980. It was called The David Letterman Show. Initially, it was 90 minutes. It was then pared down to an hour. It was not successful in the ratings. It was canceled after just 4 months, but it did win 2 Emmy Awards. David Letterman, before that, was an ensemble player on a short-lived variety show on CBS called Mary, hosted by Mary Tyler Moore. Regardless, we wish David Letterman all the best. 33 years in late night as a talk show host, and I have more on him in today's newsletter and at our website. Heading to some current TV news, Alfonso Ribeiro has been named the new host of veteran America's Funniest Home Videos on ABC. He replaces Tom Bergeron, who stepped down after hosting the show for 15 years. America's Funniest Home Videos is the longest-running entertainment show in the history of ABC. It debuted as a regularly scheduled series in January of 1990. The initial host was former Full House dad Bob Saget. The broadcast networks, or at least some of them, have announced or put out the ratings for the traditional season, which officially ends tonight. Now, here's the deal. The networks have been saying for some time now that they program all year long, that they're not just programmers from September to May. Doesn't matter. Whenever we get to this period of the year, the networks put out the rankings. And CBS will be the most watched network once again. It had a huge lead over second place NBC. It will continue to be the #1 network in total viewers, I am sure, next season and years into the future. But NBC will finish the traditional season tops in adults 18 to 49, which is what we all care about. It was also #1 in adults 18 to 34, and that was due in part to Sunday Night Football. And because America's Got Talent is coming back in the summer, there is every reason to believe that NBC will be #1 for the entire year or the entire season in that demographic. But keep in mind that NBC only out-delivered second place CBS by 1/10 of a rating point, and third place ABC by 1/10 or 2/10 of a rating point in adults 18 to 49. So the pecking order could ultimately change next season, but if football holds up and the voice holds up, NBC is still the network to beat in adults 18 to 49. CBS will finish the traditional season #1 also in adults 25 to 54. I have the rankings for you in today's newsletter. The Madman series ender on Sunday. Now, you have to keep in mind that this is not The Walking Dead. It never was in the ratings. It concluded with 3.3 million total viewers, 1.7 million adults 25 to 54, and 1.4 million adults 18 to 49. Once the DVR usage is factored in, these numbers could ultimately double. So this was a solid conclusion for a Madman. I have more specifics for you on the highlights at our website and in today's newsletter. If you happen to be a fan of FX sci-fi thriller The Strain, it is coming back for its second season on Sunday, July 12th. And this is interesting. There's going to be a free online course that revolves around The Strain. I have more specifics for you. You know where in today's newsletter and at our website. Coming up on the air tonight, we have the debut of a new game show from Mark Burnett called 500 Questions. We have the season finale episodes of Modern Family, Blackish, and Nashville on ABC. Survivor on CBS, which is 2 hours into the live reunion show. And NBC's lineup of The Mysteries of Laura, Law & Order SVU, and Chicago PD. Supernatural is closing its 10th season on the CW tonight. Today in TV history, we had 4 notable series finales. We had Barney Miller on ABC in 1982, Cheers on NBC in 1993, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on NBC in 1996, and Roseanne on ABC in 1997. And as an interesting footnote, after Cheers concluded the series, there was an episode of The Tonight Show with Jay Leno that took place at the bar in Boston. I think it was called the Bullfinch Bar or something like that. Well, regardless, the cast of Cheers was totally intoxicated. That next morning, Jay Leno used to call me for his overnights. I'll never forget this. He called me from the airport in Boston. He was going back to LA. He wanted to know how he did. Needless to say, the ratings were really, really super solid. And that is our daily video cast from TVMI on this 20th day of May. I thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you back tomorrow. Take care.